My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance.
In the weight room.
Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Good afternoon and welcome here to Colchester, Illinois, as we bring you our own little corner of March Madness, and that being the 8th grade volleyball IESA regional semifinals. So glad you're alongside here. You see the VIT ladies warming up. It'll be Table Grove VIT versus West Prairie here, and of course you're listening to TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. The Community News Brief is a free publication distributed to over 68 locations in Bushel, Macomb, Colchester, Industry, Adair, and more towns throughout the area. It provides local news to McDonough County and parts of Fulton County every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. To submit a press release or get advertising information for the locally owned publication, contact Lynn at 309-333-8245 or email communitybrief@gmail.com. Tri-County Seed, your local Golden Harvest seed advisor, located in Scioto, rooted in genetics, agronomy, and service for over 10 years. Contact Nate Todd at 309-333-3437 for your Golden Harvest corn, soybean, and seed treatment needs. Now let's take a look at the postseason here and going on for girls volleyball. Here are all the, we're going to get to the 8th grade championship matchups. Of course, here at West Prairie, it is the VIT taking on the host team, the West Prairie Cyclones. Now, for a minute, we're going to drop into Class 7-2A. We want to talk about the Sectional 3. We'll be right back here coming up on Wednesday night, and that will feature Lewiston Junior High, who defeated Bartonville Monroe 15-25, 25-20, 25-6-24, and then West Prairie defeated West Central 25-16 and 25-9. Did want to drop down into Class 7-1A and one other local team in action as they are fighting it through the postseason as well. Now the Southeastern Ladies Suns still fighting on here as they will be in action. That will be at Southeastern High School. It'll be Greenfield versus Southeastern. Greenfield defeated Brussels 25-0, 25-0, pitch in the shutout. Southeastern defeated Griggsville Prairie 25-10 and 25-21. And of course, we are here bringing you junior high volleyball action. And out of this regional, it was VIT beating Bushnell Prairie City, and it'll be West Prairie here today taking on Table Grove VIT for a chance at the championship, and that will be coming up this Monday at night. You also have, and I assume this one should be over. I don't know the result, but Spoon River Valley in Stronghurst West Central in action. That is over at London Mills. That was started at 11 o'clock this morning. I did want to mention our high school coverage coming up, and that'll be starting this coming Tuesday and Wednesday. On Tuesday, South Fulton will come to Scioto, and then on Wednesday, it is Havana. So glad you're alongside volleyball action here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True Convection Cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True Convection Cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. said, "You better come home because there's no roof." He said, "I look up and see the sky." He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Venture Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
Back here as we get ready for the championship match, let's go over the starters for you. First of all, for the visiting VIT team in the purple tops, Lady Rebels on the back, and numerals in white trimmed in a very thin green line. The black trunks here this afternoon. It is Katie Miller, Lexi Height, joined by Haley Hickle, Cameron Steele, Hannah Horwoodell, and Dixie Chenoweth out on the floor for the Lady Rebels of VIT. For the West Prairie Cyclones here this afternoon, the starting lineup will be Callie Wright, Lindsay Dunn, Macy Powell, Paige Kitch, Natalie Moore, and Belle Petty. We are just about ready to get things underway, so glad you're alongside here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Bushnell Banking Center, a branch of Raritan State Bank, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell, offers full-service banking and loan services. Call them at 309-772-2345. We are ready and underway, serving first is VIT, and that will be Chenoweth. She'll let it go, serves it across. The Cyclones play it, done. Now in the middle for Kitch. She'll bump it through, and jumping underneath it is Horvadeau, right back over to West Prairie. And Belle Petty plays it to Dunn. The spike from the back row, down and good in the back row. 1-0 lead here for the West Prairie Cyclones. That's going to bring back Belle Petty to serve on the side out. 1-0 West Prairie leads. Petty serves from the right-hand side. Brings it across. Bringing it up is Hickle. Now they'll set it up toward the net. Tap it through. Nice save by Petty at the floor. Tipped by Paige Kitchen in. The kill makes it 2-0, the lead for West Prairie. Coach Drew Snyder, the coach of West Prairie, making an adjustment on the out stick. As Petty will let it fly over to VIT, tipped up at the net by Horwaddell. She'll get the load back, bring it across, and drop it in the back row. Makes it 3-. Makes it a side out back over to VIT. That's going to bring back to serve Katie Miller. Serve high in the air, taken by Kitch on the right-hand side. Petty will set it up, done the back row attack, and it comes all the way into the back row, back to Miller. Bumped through, and now played by West Prairie. Bumping it over is Moore, out at the back row, and it evens the score up at 2-2. 2-2 here, slap dribbles. Katie Miller will let it sail again, brings it across into the back row. Lindsay Dunn is there. Belle Petty in the middle for Moore, off the top of the net. Tipped right back across, and West Prairie plays it. Petty now to Kitch, spikes it through, tapped up there by Chenoweth. Helped to the front by Hickle, tapped across, and West Prairie plays it. They bring it up to Kitch. She'll bring it across, tapped up in the back row by Chenoweth again, tipped across. And Belle Petty hit it backwards, racing back to get it, not able to do it. 3-2, 1-point advantage for VIT, their first lead of this game, number one. It is a game, best 2 out of 3 falls. And coming back to serve is Miller again. Throws it up, and they'll have to do a replay on that. As Miller readies, brings it through. Kitch takes it in the back row. Petty going to bring it outside. Powell drops it over, but Chenoweth sends it right back. But out of bounds on the West Prairie side. That makes it 3-3, side out, West Prairie. Paige Kitch steps back to let it fly for the Cyclones. Booms a line drive, triples it over the net. The left serve. Always live and let serve. 4-3, Cyclones take the advantage by 1. Paige Kitch back again, hammers it across into the back row. Miller a little trouble with it, going back. They actually save it off the ceiling, but pounding it. And in on the back line was Chenoweth. She was able to drop it in on the back line, and it makes it a 4-4 side out for the Table Grove VIT Lady Rebels. Serving for them now is Haley Hickle. She winds it up, ready to let sail with it. Walks to it, low line drive, done, able to pick it up. They'll set her left side from Petty, drops it right in front of Hickle and good. 5-4, a 1-point lead on the side out for West Prairie, as hopping back there is Natalie Moore. Moore readies it left side, sends it through, hit sideways by Miller, down and good, and that'll earn another point. West Prairie's largest lead since they had a 2-0 lead. Moore will set it up again. Brings it across, and it is taken, hit sideways, and trying to pop it up was Steele. Horwedel hit it sideways. Steele tried to pop it up. She was called for the lift. 7-4 West Prairie. Moore again, great serve into the back row. Miller pops it high across the net. Powell tried to dump it through, and they are going to whistle a lift. That had the meat hooks on it. 7-5, 2-point lead. West Prairie serving now for VIP is Horwedel. She'll serve it across off of Dunn. Petty sets it into the middle, right into the back row, off the hands of Miller to the back wall, and it is 8-5. 8-5 lead West Prairie. That's going to bring Macy Powell back to serve for West Prairie. They lead it here by 3 in game number 1. Again, best 2 out of 3 falls. Powell eyes it up deep along the sideline. And they're going to say out of bounds before it bounced into Miller. She was awfully close to having it bounce off her and get called for the point. Serving now is Lexi Height. Height right side, turns it across and brings it over to Dunn. Belpetti will set the middle. It is right, tips it across and sent right back across by Horwedel. Up front for right, she'll tip it again. Popped and sent over by Chenoweth. West Prairie plays it. It is Dunn, puts it in and good. Able to smash it and put it away. As it makes it 9-6, 3-point lead again for West Prairie. 3 has been their largest so far in this game. And 1 is Lindsey Dunn will try to edge it up just a little more. Left side set up, booming back row, popped up by Horwedel. Now set up by Chenoweth, and download error. Yeah, I don't want to talk about those way things have gone lately, but we did. We went there, 10-6. West Prairie gets a 4-point lead now. Dunn again. This one hit sideways, bumped across by Miller, and West Prairie plays it. Powell to Petty. Set for right, lobs it deep back row. Miller going to keep it alive. Spiked across there by Steele. Drops it in and good. 10-7. Side out comes back over to VIT. Serve coming from Steele. She'll bring it over to Kitch. High in there for Petty to pop up. Petty brings it back to Kitch. Drops it in where they ain't. Actually, Horwedel got a handle on it, but couldn't do much with it. 11-7, 4-point advantage now here for West Prairie. As Callie Wright will serve for the Cyclones. Right, middle of the free throw lane, lets it go, and that is hit up by Miller. Chenoweth going to set it in the middle and then tapped over by Hippel. Played by West Prairie, right. Now to Petty, back row attack by Dunn, able to slip it past Steele. And she bent Steele, couldn't get it, makes it 12-7. Now West Prairie. Callie Wright will eye it up again. West Prairie's largest lead of game number 1. Her serve line drive back row. Hit sideways by Horwedel. Helped out by Miller to the net. Petty drops it over. Nice save there by Hickel. And they'll bring it across. Cyclones play it. Set in the middle. It is Moore. A little bit too much muscle on it. Hit it out of bounds. 12-8. Side to out. Back to VIT. That will bring Dixie Chenoweth back to serve for VIT. 12-8. West Prairie leads in game 1. Chenoweth brings a screaming live drive across. Paige Kitts pops it up. Powell helps her. And Dunn trying to drive it across. Hits it into the ceiling. 12-9, point for VIT. They close within 3. As Chenoweth will let it go again. Ready's with it. Back line, they're going to say out of bounds. 13-9, West Prairie side out. Belpetti just on the right side of the free throw lane. Ready to eye it up. Brings it across, and that is off the hands of Horwedel and back. Bandage up an ace for Belpetti, and it makes it 14-9. 14-9 here, Petty. Coming to it again, serves it across, and that one right back across to the Cyclones. Petty with it, tips it through, tapped over by Horwedel, and played by West Prairie. Petty now to Dunn, deep back row. Up with it is Steele. Chenoweth going to help it to Miller, and she hit it a little bit too long in back row. Man, that one you could hear everybody's breath stop for a minute. That could have been more than about 2 or 3 inches out of bounds. 15-9, West Prairie's largest advantage. Her serve tapped off of Horwoodell. Chenoweth. Horwoodell is going to bring it through, and Dunn's got it to Petty. Tips it over. Chenoweth up. Hickle pops it high. Horwoodell brings it over, but too long and out of bounds. 16-9. Cyclones starting to gain some steam here, trying to get into the championship game on Monday night. Bell Petty, her serve, going to drop in. And actually, that one went off the foot of Steele, and that was a legal play. That's why they had to call it a replay. The officials blew their whistle, and that was actually a legal play. Petty, this time off of Horwoodell. Chenoweth just going to bump it over. Dunn's got it for West Prairie. Petty rolls it over the net and good. And it makes it 17-9. We've got a timeout called here. It is 17-9. West Prairie in the lead. You're listening to TS's Summer Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
During this COVID pandemic, it is important you take care of your health, especially your heart health. Do not ignore the signs of a heart attack or stroke. If you have health concerns, schedule an appointment with your provider, and always, in case of an emergency, call 911. This message brought to you by McDonough District Hospital and Blessing Health System. See for yourself why Blessing Health System is the leader in cardiology and pulmonology services. Appointments available inside MDH. Learn more at blessinghealth.org or mdh.org.
And welcome back here. Bushnell Banking Center, branch of Raritan State Bank, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell, offers full-service banking and loan services for all of your banking needs. Come visit the bank of friendly service or call them at 309-772-2345. They say good luck, Cyclones. Bell Petty back to serve it again. 17-9 advantage here. Petty. Eyes and sends. And into the back row. Drops in there right in between Lexi Height and Steele. Split the uprights and makes it 18-9. West Prairie starting to take control here. Petty. Couple of dribbles at it. Pounds it into the net, so that'll earn a side out for VIT. That's going to bring back Katie Miller to serve here for the Rebels. 18-10 lead now for West Prairie. As Miller serve kind of off the side of her hand. Going to go out of bounds. Nice call there by Bell Petty. And Paige Kitch will get a chance, see if she can knock off the last 6 in this game one. 19-10 lead here for West Prairie as Kitch pounds it through. Miller pops it high. Chenoweth for Hickle in the middle. She'll bring it over. Right, a little trouble with it. Kitch not going to be able to get there, and it makes it 19-11. Side out back to VIT. Haley Hickle back to serve for VIT. Walks into it and sends it through. Deep back row. Kitch up with it. Comes down by Powell. Dunn going to drive it across. Sent back across by Horwoodell. West Prairie plays it to Kitch. And tipped up there. Chenoweth back row for Miller. Over and out of bounds. 20-11. The lead 9 now. Natalie Moore to serve for West Prairie. She brings it across. Popped up by Hickle in the back row. Tipped over by Chenoweth. Moore couldn't quite get there in time. And it makes it 20-12. The Lady Rebels trying to keep in the ball game. They just kind of keep chipping away at it. Gonna have to get on some kind of run though. Horwoodell. Serve off of Powell. Powell on the outside, set to the inside to right. She'll hit it into the net. And another point in a row for VIT as they make it 20-13. West Prairie 7-point lead, 5 away from closing out game number 1. Served by Horwoodell. Back row is taken by Kitch. Petty up with it to Dunn. Dunn going to bring it over, and a nice one-hand save by Horwoodell. Hit through by Steele, and West Prairie plays it. Petty left side for Kitch. Off of the arms of Chenoweth to the back wall, and it makes it 21-13. West Prairie sends Macy Powell back to serve. Powell. Her serve deep in the back row. Horwoodell has it. Needs help. Gets help from Miller. Hickle brings it through and Wright's underneath it. Petty going to tap it back through Up to the net. Dunn keeps it alive. Sent back over there by Height. And West Prairie loads it. Dunn bumps it through. Drops it in front of Horwood Ellen down. And makes it 22-13. Macy Powell. Added in. Brings it across. And taken by Miller. Back road high up toward the ceiling. They'll set it for Steele. Steele will bring it to Kitch. And they can't get it out of the net. It went up and under the net. 22-14. Side out again for VIT. Serving is Lexi Height. Height fires off a Kitch into the middle. Petty going to kick it to the outside for Dunn. Cross courts it. Brought up to the net by Height, but they couldn't do anything with it, so it makes it 23-14. 23-14 here. Coming is Lindsey Dunn. Again, 2 away from finishing it off. As Dunn brings it from the left side, right down the line, out of bounds. It'll go over to VIT. 23-15. Cameron Steele serves for VIT. She brings a soft shot. Dunn with a nice save at the floor to right. And Moore can't quite get it over. What a save by Lindsey Dunn there. One-handed brought it up off the floor. 23-16. Steele again short. Paige Kitch has it. Petty. And a little confusion. Cyclones couldn't decide who was going to get it. Drops in between the three of them. Makes it 23-17. Serve this one. Going to hit the top of the net. And makes it a 24-17 game point for the Cyclones. As Callie Wright will get a chance to finish this one off. Couple slap dribbles at it. And fire. Miller going to send it right back. Dunn across the net. Hickle brings it up. Dunn has to take it. Kitch brings it across, and Miller's got it. Now Hickle to Steele. Back row off the hands of Callie Wright and down. 24-18. Well, the situation is thus for VIT. A side out means they lose game one. Got a runoff now about 6 in a row. A serve by Horwood. Screaming line drive. Hit by Powell into the stands. And it's 24-19. West Prairie will talk it over. So we are listening to TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. This West Prairie game stream is made possible by McDonough Telephone's fiber internet. McDonough Telephone offers lightning fast and reliable fiber internet, video, phone, and camera systems to the McDonough County area. Call 309-776-3211 to check your availability. Square Music Company offers instrument, gear, lesson, service, and more located at 122 Northside Square in Macomb. Call Macomb Square at 309-431-5484. You can also visit Quincy location at 725 North Hampshire Street. You can find them online at squaremusic.com. Don't let the varmints and creepy crawlies get the best of you. Contact Beck Pest Control in Colchester. Beck Pest Control can let you sleep easy when the lights are out, knowing you have no uninvited guests running around. Contact them at 309-313-5521. That's Beck Pest Control. Get the bugs out. Sir, another screamer by Chenoweth. Dunn's got it. Now to Petty on the outside. Hit through by Paige Kitch, but going to ricochet off a couple of VIT Lady Rebels and be down good. 25-19. West Prairie wins game number 1. And that'll head us into game number 2. Each team will relax a little bit. And we'll have game number 2 coming your way in just a moment. You are listening and watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
McDonough District Hospital's Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center was built for one goal: to strengthen women's health services in the region's premier facility. Our dedicated staff, past and present, delivered generations of MDH babies, and now in the new Women's Center, our staff is ready to deliver the next generation and beyond. Come visit the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center and see for yourself the MDH difference.
You know, you see fires on TV all the time. You don't understand what the families are really going through until you've lived it. The day before the fire, life was good. We went to bed, we woke up, and we had nothing. If it was not for Country Financial, we would still have nothing.
Cyclones getting ready for game number 2. They win the first one by a score of 25-19. Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell for 100 years. Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell has been servicing the local community's needs for personal and business bank, as well as home and agricultural lending in its trust department. Stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street in Bushnell or their drive-up facility on Cole Street to learn more. F&M is member FDIC, equal housing lender. Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking can take your product down the road near or far and also offers top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. This second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support local athletics. Stop by and see Danny or Travis on Route 41 south of Prairie City or call them at 309-775-3333. United Community Bank services are designed to keep you in the game when you are on the go with online and mobile banking. That's nothing but net to friendly services you can count on from the leader of community banking. Choosing UCB is always a slam dunk. Visit a location near you with branches in Bushnell, Colchester, 2 in Macomb. UCB is member FDIC. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events. Live on the big screens, come join your friends at JoJo's located at 776 North Cole Street, Bushnell, and cheer our area teams on to victory. Just some of the fine sponsors joining us here. Glad you are alongside this afternoon. And it should be West Prairie serving first here in game number 2 as they have on the floor Callie Wright, Belle Petty, Lindsey Dunn, Macy Powell, Paige Kitch, and Natalie Moore. We'll get the VIT lineup for you in just a moment. As Belle Petty lets it sail through. And that one is tipped sideways by Horwoodell, and it's going to make it 1-0 West Prairie. New sub into the game, Anaya Cooper in for VIT. Petty pounds that one. That one will go into the net, however, and makes it a 1-1 tie, side out for VIT. Horwoodell will come back to let fly with it. She got on about a 2 or 3 point run late in game 1. Her serve going to scream across. Powell takes it for West Prairie. The pitch now back to Powell and off the hands of Miller. Cooper brings it up off the ceiling, and VIT not able to control it. 2-1, side out back to the Cyclones. Kitch readies with it. Serves through and is taken back row by Miller. Cooper going to help it out. And Hickel taps it over, but out of bounds. It'll be 3-1 West Prairie. 3-1. Paige Kitch back again. Lets it loose. And that one off the hands of Miller. Going to go into the bleachers. 4-1 West Prairie advantage. We'll see if the West Prairie ladies a little more tuned up in this game number 2. Served by Paige Kitch. Off of Miller. Over to Horwoodell. And that one was out beyond the outstick. As when Horwoodell hit it, it was still behind the outstick. 5-1. West Prairie in the advantage. Kitch. Back again. Rams it through off Horwoodell. Popped up to Chenoweth. And now Hickel's going to hit it, but hit it into the net. And it brings it back over to West Prairie again. 6-1 lead here for the Cyclones in game number 2. Again, best 2 out of 3 falls. As Kitch ready to send back row. Popped up high there and then tipped into the net by Horwoodell. She'll hit it into the net and so brings it to a 7-1 advantage. 7-1 the lead. Kitch coming with it again, fires it right between Cooper and Horwoodell, and it's down and good. Timeout called by VIT. We'll step aside as well. 8-1 West Prairie in game 2. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Thank you for voting McDonough District Hospital Rehabilitation Center as best of the best in McDonough County. Let their experienced and dedicated sports medicine and rehabilitation staff show you why MDH has been voted best of the best in 2017, 2018, 2019, and again in 2020. 3 convenient locations to serve you, 2 in Macomb and 1 in Bushnell. M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store, will be celebrating its 60th anniversary in June. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the county and offers top-notch customer service, free delivery within 40 miles, and the best in-home appliance repair for the area. For everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one, stop and see them at 481 West Main Street or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or the web at www.mbfurniturinc.com. You can also call 309-772-2111. Paige Kitch sends a screaming line drive through. Steele helps it out. Horwoodell now to Chenoweth, and it will not get across in the recommended daily allowance of 3 hits. 9-1 lead for West Prairie game 2, stretching that lead out. 9 had been their largest in game 1. Kitch, again, Cooper going to fire a shot into the net and tickling the nylon in not a necessarily good way. 10-1 West Prairie. Substitution, Horwoodell is going to come out. Checking in is Lexi Height for her. Served by Kitch. That one screaming line drive goes out of bounds. 10-2, side out for VIT. Miller now needs to get on a roll here. Put a few points on the board for VIT if they want to get back in the game. Kitch gets the serve. Petty taps it over. Sent back by Chenoweth, and Wright's got it. Tipped back across by the Cyclones. Chenoweth now up for Cooper. She'll bump it high. Petty tried to tip it right back. I think that one actually, not sure it was blocked by Hickle, but actually hit the top of the net too. 10-3. 2 in a row now for VIT. As Miller lets that one go right. With it sideways, Petty tips it up and right to the official. 10-4, valued companion. And the slap dribbles by Miller. Miller going to bring it over off of Kitch. Petty, left side set up for Dunn. Down the line and good. Found a home where nobody roamed. At 11-4, Cyclones by 7. And Natalie Moore will go back to serve it here for the Cyclones. Try to head into the regional championship. Her center, deep back row. Off steal. Cooper helps it out, and now Chenoweth calls it out and gets it. Kitch trying to one-handed save, but couldn't control. 11-5, side out for VIT. Haley Hickle will serve it now for the Lady Rebels. Heads back to the right side. Serve is through off of Kitch. Hit sideways. Powell going to save it. And nobody, everybody waited for everybody else to get it. And nobody got it. Lead cut to 5. Hickle. Reddy's pounds it through off of Dunn. Petty going to bring it back to her left side. She'll follow it through, hammer it off of Hickle in the back row and down. 12-6 West Prairie. Powell going back to serve. I think they thought there was going to be a substitution. There wasn't. Macy Powell just inside the left side of the serving area. Serves it across. Off Hickle on the back row, and same thing, communication error. As Height and Miller couldn't decide who was going to get it. 13-6, West Prairie back out on top by 7. Powell, serve off of Miller, backing across the net and out of bounds. 14-6, West Prairie. Their high has been 9. As Powell waits and readies to let sail with it. Powell into the air. Well, that one hit the net, and it brings it back over to VIT. 14-7. Cyclones lead it here. Lexi Height serves now for VIT. Walks to her serve. Floats, and a short floater drops and hits the floor in front of Lindsay Dunn. Just one of those, at first I kind of wondered if it was going to get over, and it just got over and dropped. One of those short floaters. Height again to it. This one more of a line drive. Kitch up to Petty. Out on the right side for Dunn. Cross courts it. Cooper brings it up, but Hickle's not able to bring it back. And 15-7, side out for the Cyclones. You make the good play, you get to serve. That's sort of how volleyball works. Well, not exactly, of course. As Lindsay Dunn serves it. pounds it deep back row, brought to the front, flipped over by Chenoweth. Cyclones play, set up for Kitch from Petty, and Hickles got it. Chenoweth now to the front. Miller's going to chase. Has it across. Moore right side took it. Petty up front for right. Tipped and got him. Drops it in for a 16-8 lead for the Cyclones. And Lindsey Dunn back to let it go once again. Serves down the line and bandage up an ace for Lindsey Dunn. 17-8, the lead 9. Again, 9 has been their largest as the Cyclones try to put this one away in 2. They won the first one, 25-19. Dunn serves again, and a ricochet job as Hickle hit it off of Steele. Down a good, it is 18-8. Cyclones starting to build a little more momentum as they go. And serve down the line, taken back there, popped up by Cooper, but not able to get it across. In the 3 easy steps, 19-11. The West Prairie lead increasing. As Lindsey Dunn will load it up and bring it again. Her serve, low line drive. Hickle brings it back over. Off of Moore, Petty tried to tap it through but couldn't. And it'll earn a side out over for VIT. That brings back Cooper to serve it here, 19-9. West Prairie in the advantage. Cooper needs to get on a little bit of run again if VIT wants to get back in it. First serve off of Powell, high in the air for Petty. She'll flip it over, sent right back by Miller. And Dunn and Moore both couldn't get it. Moore made an attempt. Couldn't bring it up, 19-10, point for VIT. Cooper launches back her off. Powell, high for Bell Petty, set for Kitch on the left side, popped up by Hickle off the ceiling, chased by Miller, nice play, and then Dunn's got it for West Prairie, tipped by Petty, kept alive, and Chenoweth's going to be called for the lift as she went to swat it over. 20-10, West Prairie leads. Callie Wright serving here. Cyclones in a 5-point countdown. As she'll serve just across the net and sent back across. Moore says no deposit, no return, and makes it 21-10. Nice job by Nat Moore to send that one back. And Callie Wright, 2 in the middle, 21-10 lead. Wright's served this time and popped up in the back row. Hickle helps it. Tapped into the net by Steele, and it's 22-10. Volleyball, very much a momentum game, and the Cyclones have had it in this game at number 2. That's right. Sends it. Deep back row. Cooper is there. Chenoweth going to set it, and Steele attacks. Off of Petty, needs a little help. Dunn helps her out, and then Bell Petty sends it over. Tapped back row there by Height. Chenoweth in the middle for Steele. Drops it in front of Wright and good. It is 22-11. Side out here for VIT. Serving for them is Cameron Steele. As she loads and sends, Kitch gets it. Petty going to tap it up. Sent back by Chenoweth. And taken by West Prairie. Paige Kitch backs up to it and backed it right into the net. 22-12, trying to cut the lead below double digits. Steele again. This one short off the net. Moore did a nice job of getting to it. Kitch and Petty help it over, and then Cooper's got it for VIT. That one, and that's going to call a replay because that one hung up on the light. You don't see that very often, but it just stayed up there and spun on the light. So Steele brings that one into the net and makes it 23-10. Bell Petty will serve. 23-12 the lead. Petty's steaming line drive. Height couldn't get it controlled, and Chenoweth tried to hit it, couldn't get it. It's game and match point there for the Cyclones as Petty dribbles it high in the back row. Helped up to Hickle, and now Chenoweth will drive it through right in front of Wright and good. 24-13. Well, here's the deal, folks. They've got to run off 11 or 12 straight to stay in this one. Dixie Chenoweth back with it. Loads it up. Booms that one. The home run ball sends it out of bounds, and it makes it a 2-game win for the West Prairie Cyclones, 25-19 and 25-13. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
Helps me reach peak performance.
In the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
And the Cyclones talking things over with Coach Drew Schneider. They will play in the championship coming up on Monday night, right back here at Scioto. Don't forget that the 7th grade will be playing for the sectional title, and sectional is as far as they go. They do have a state series, but we'll stop at the sectional. That will be on Wednesday, a St. Patty's Day tilt coming up here at Scioto. A busy week for us. We'll have high school volleyball for you Tuesday and Wednesday, so Monday through all the way through, we're going to have a lot of volleyball for you. More of this coming here from TSSR Game Time Live. Glad you've been alongside here this afternoon. I am signing off. Thanks for tuning us in. Thanks for turning us on.